If you want to learn British accent and you want to go from this, I want to drink water to I want to drink water, then watch this video. In this video, we're going to concern ourselves with the R right at the end of words and the way we drop it. So for example, these words here, in American English, we pronounce them water, better, hard. But in British accent, we would normally pronounce them like this: water, better, and hard. Why that is? Because we drop the R in British accent, but we don't drop the R everywhere. Like these two words here, we would normally pronounce the R: bright and run. So let's try now to practice what we have learned now on these sentences. We have here far away by the river. Well, if you want to connect far with away, and it would quite seem or sound like a one word, it's better to pronounce them like this: far away. And you don't drop the R. But for the river, you pronounce, or you do not pronounce the R at the end. The river, river. So let's read the sentence now from the very beginning. Far away by the river. Let's go to the second sentence. We have car, which will be pronounced as car. Parked will be pronounced as parked. Near will be pronounced as near. Harbor will be pronounced as harbor. So let's pronounce the sentence now all together. The car parked near the harbor. The car parked near the harbor. The third sentence. We have Arthur, which will be pronounced as Arthur. Arthur loves to read books. There is a chair in the corner. We would pronounce there as there, chair as chair, corner as corner. There is a chair in the corner. The stars were bright last night. We would pronounce stars as stars, were as were, and bright, we wouldn't change anything. The stars were bright last night. The stars were bright last night. So let's now apply that to this paragraph here. We have a lot of words which contain the R, and we would drop the R in some words while we would keep it in other words. So let's read the paragraph. I went for a walk near the river this afternoon. The water was clear, and I saw a bird perched on a tree. Afterward, I visited the garden where roses grow. The air was rather fresh. Later, I met Arthur, who was carrying a basket of fruit. We talked for a while before he returned home. The weather was perfect, so I stayed a bit longer to enjoy the view. Here, you might have noticed that I did pronounce the R in where and roses. Why? Because we have an R at the beginning of roses and at the end of where. So when we link where with roses, we only need to pronounce one R. That's why we need to pronounce the R there. And also for grow sounds like bright. We have R in the same place or in the same position. That's why we pronounce it. And that's it for the R in this video. I want you now to re-practice what you've learned in this video until the R sound becomes second nature